Picture this. You wake up, your brain feels foggy, your body feels stiff, and your to-do list already looks heavier than you do. You're not trying to train for a marathon. You just want more energy, a better mood, and to feel healthier without turning your life upside down. Now here's the surprising part. One of the most effective health habits isn't complicated, expensive, or extreme. It's walking for 15 minutes a day. As a health professional, I want to be very clear about what this video is and what it isn't. This isn't a miracle cure. Walking 15 minutes a day won't erase every health problem overnight. But what it can do is shift your body in a healthier direction in a way that's realistic for almost everyone. If you can walk, you can start. If you can't walk comfortably, you can adapt the idea. Short bouts, seated movement, gentle pacing, something that fits your body. And if you're thinking, 15 minutes? That sounds too small to matter. I understand the skepticism. But health doesn't usually change from one dramatic decision. It changes from small signals repeated consistently. Your body responds to frequency. So, in this video, I'm going to walk you through the real science-based benefits of walking 15 minutes a day. What it does for your blood sugar, your heart, your mood, your digestion, your sleep, and even your cravings. And we'll talk about how to make it stick, because consistency matters more than perfection. Let's start with the big reason walking works. It's a metabolic reset button you can press daily. 1. Your muscles are like a sponge for sugar. After you eat, especially a meal with carbohydrates, your blood sugar rises. Your body then uses insulin to move that sugar out of your bloodstream and into your cells for energy or storage. When you walk, your muscles contract, and those contractions help your muscles take in glucose more efficiently. In plain language, walking tells your body, use this fuel. That's one reason why a short walk after a meal is often recommended for metabolic health. Even if you're only walking 15 minutes, that's enough to create a meaningful signal. Muscle activation plus circulation plus energy demand. Over time, repeating that signal daily supports healthier blood sugar patterns. If you've ever felt that heavy, sleepy food coma after eating, a gentle walk can help because it nudges your body toward using fuel instead of storing it. 2. Walking calms the stress system without you having to meditate correctly. Stress is not just in your head, it's chemistry. Cortisol, adrenaline, tension, shallow breathing. And one of the simplest ways to tell your nervous system we're safe is rhythmic movement. Walking, especially outdoors, gives your brain predictable sensory input. Step, 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 breathing, shifting scenery. That can reduce stress arousal and help you feel more emotionally steady. Many people notice that they start a walk anxious and finish clearer. I often tell clients, walking is a moving form of nervous system regulation. You don't need fancy gear or perfect motivation, you just need to start. 3. It supports heart health in a realistic way. Heart health isn't just about intense workouts. It's about what your cardiovascular system experiences most days of your life. A 15-minute walk increases your heart rate modestly, improves circulation, and encourages your blood vessels to function well. Over time, it can help support healthy blood pressure and lipid profiles, especially when paired with good nutrition, sleep, and stress management. It's also joint-friendly compared to many higher-impact workouts, which is why walking is often one of the most sustainable activities across decades. 4. It builds movement identity, the psychology that keeps you consistent. Here's the behavioral secret. 15 minutes is short enough that your brain doesn't treat it like a threat. If you tell yourself, I need to work out for an hour, your brain may immediately negotiate. Not today. Too hard. Too much. But 15 minutes is often below the resistance threshold. You can do it even on a busy day. And once you start doing it consistently, something powerful happens. You stop asking, do I feel motivated? You start saying, I'm someone who walks. That identity shift is how small habits turn into long-term health outcomes. 5. It improves digestion more than people expect. Gentle movement helps your gastrointestinal tract function. Many people experience less bloating and better regularity when they walk consistently. It's not glamorous, but it's a real quality of life improvement. And yes, it can help with appetite regulation too, which we'll get into later. Before we move on, I want you to remember this. Walking is not less than exercise. It's foundational movement. It's a daily dose of physiology working in your favor. So now that you understand why a short walk can matter, let's get specific. What benefits might you actually notice starting this week, and what benefits build quietly over months? That's what we'll cover next. Section 2. What 15 minutes a day does for your body. Blood sugar, heart, brain, weight. Let's talk results, not the exaggerated promises you see online, but the real changes your body can make when you give it a consistent 15-minute walk. I'll break this into 4 categories: metabolic health, cardiovascular health, brain and mood, and weight support. And I'll keep it practical, what this means in daily life, not just in a textbook. A. Metabolic health. Steadier energy, fewer crashes. If you want one word for why walking is powerful, it's stability. When you walk daily, you tend to get fewer afternoon energy crashes, fewer I need sugar right now moments, better appetite rhythm, easier digestion, and, over time, improved metabolic flexibility, your ability to use both carbs and fats efficiently. The reason is simple. Your body is designed to process food with movement. Modern life gives us plenty of food and not much movement. A daily walk helps restore the natural pairing. A practical tip many nutrition professionals use: walk after your biggest meal. It doesn't have to be fast. A comfortable pace is fine. The goal is to help your body handle that incoming fuel. B. Cardiovascular health. Circulation is a daily practice. Your heart is a muscle, and it responds to how often it's asked to do its job. A brisk 15-minute walk can raise heart rate into a light to moderate zone, improve blood flow to your brain and muscles, support endothelial function, your blood vessels, ability to widen and contract well, and over time contribute to healthier blood pressure patterns. Now, do you need to walk fast? Not necessarily, but if you can safely increase pace, even for 30 to 60 seconds at a time, you'll get extra cardiovascular benefit. I like a simple approach. Walk easy for 3 minutes. Walk brisk for 1 minute. Repeat until you reach 15 minutes. It's gentle interval training without the intimidation factor. C. Brain and mood. The most underrated benefit. If you talk to people who walk consistently, many of them will tell you the biggest payoff isn't physical, it's mental. Walking increases blood flow to the brain and supports neurotransmitters involved in mood and focus. It also reduces stress noise. If you struggle with overthinking, walking can act like a mental rinse. Here's what I often see clinically. Walking becomes a coping tool that doesn't harm you. When stress hits, instead of scrolling, snacking, or spiraling, you walk. And that creates a healthier default response to discomfort. If you want to maximize the mood benefit, try this. Keep your phone away for the first 5 minutes. Breathe through your nose if comfortable. Look far into the distance occasionally. It relaxes the visual system. It sounds small, but it changes the nervous system response. D. Weight support. Walking helps, just not the way people think. Let's be honest, a 15-minute walk does not burn off a huge meal. Depending on body size and pace, it might burn something like 50 to 100 calories. That's not the main reason it helps with weight. Walking supports weight in 3 more meaningful ways. 1. It improves blood sugar handling and insulin sensitivity. Better insulin sensitivity can reduce the tendency to store excess energy as fat, especially around the abdomen. 2. It reduces stress eating pressure. When you regulate stress, cravings often become less intense. Many cravings are not hunger, they're nervous system discomfort. 3. It improves consistency. The best fat loss program is the one you can do for months. 15 minutes a day is sustainable. It keeps you in the game. And there's another hidden effect. When you walk daily, you often start making better choices without forcing it. Slightly more water, slightly better sleep, slightly less ultra-processed snacking, because you start treating your body like something you're investing in. That's how health changes. Not through perfection, through momentum. What you might notice in the first 7 to 14 days. If you start walking 15 minutes a day, many people notice less stiffness, especially in hips and back. Better digestion, improved mood and patience, better sleep onset, falling asleep faster, more daytime energy, without needing as much caffeine. What builds over 6 to 12 weeks? Over time, you may notice improved walking pace with less effort, easier stair climbing, fewer aches from sitting, more stable appetite, better body composition markers, especially when paired with nutrition. At this point, you might be thinking, okay, I'm sold, but I know myself. How do I actually stick with it? That's the difference between information and transformation. So in the final section, I'll give you the simplest system I use with clients to make walking automatic, plus small upgrades you can add if your goal is better fitness, fat loss, or stress relief. Section 3. How to make 15 minutes a day unbreakable, plus easy upgrades. If you want walking to change your health, you don't need motivation. You need a plan that works on your worst day. Here's the core rule I teach. Make it small enough that you can't talk yourself out of it, and specific enough that you don't have to think. 1. The when-where rule. Instead of saying, I'll walk more, decide, when will you walk? Where will you walk? Examples. Right after lunch, around the block. After dinner, 15 minutes in the neighborhood. At 3 p.m., I walk while on my phone call. The more precise it is, the less your brain negotiates. 2. The 2-minute start trick. On days you don't want to walk, tell yourself, I'll put on shoes and walk for 2 minutes. 2 minutes is so easy it bypasses resistance. And once you're moving, you'll often keep going. Even if you stop at 2 minutes, you've protected the identity. I keep my promises to myself. That matters more than any single workout. 3. The minimum viable walk for busy or low-energy days. Not every day can be your best day. So create a version of walking that counts even when life is messy. 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes after lunch, 5 minutes after dinner. That's still 15 minutes, and it may actually be better for blood sugar and stiffness because it breaks up sitting. 4. Make it enjoyable, because adherence beats intensity. If you hate your walk, you won't do it. You can keep it professional and still make it pleasant. Listen to a podcast you love, walk with a friend, save a favorite audiobook only for walking. Choose a route with trees or open sky. Enjoyment isn't a luxury, it's a compliance strategy. 5. The brisk bonus upgrade, without turning it into a workout. If your goal is improved fitness, add a simple upgrade twice a week. During your 15-minute walk, 5 minutes easy, 5 minutes brisk, 5 minutes easy. Or do 20-second brisk bursts every 2 to 3 minutes. This improves cardiovascular conditioning while keeping the habit simple. 6. The post-meal power walk upgrade for metabolic health. If you care about blood sugar, digestion, or reducing that sleepy after-meal feeling, the best timing is often after lunch, after dinner, or after your largest meal. It doesn't have to be fast. The goal is movement, not exhaustion. 7. The joint-friendly upgrade, posture and pacing cues. A few small cues can make walking feel better. Stand tall, ribs down, shoulders relaxed. Let arms swing naturally, land softly. Don't stomp. Breathe steadily, ideally through the nose if comfortable. Keep pace. Comfortably challenging for a few minutes at a time. If you have pain, dizziness, chest pressure, or a medical condition, talk to a clinician before changing activity. Always respect your body. 8. What to do if you miss a day. This is where most people fail. They miss one day and think they ruined it. You didn't ruin it. You're human. The rule is, never miss twice on purpose. If you miss today, tomorrow is the reset. No guilt, just return. 9. The biggest benefit you're not expecting. Here's what I've seen repeatedly. People start walking for physical health, and they stay for mental health. A daily walk becomes a buffer between you and stress, a place where decisions become clearer, a daily signal to your body. We take care of ourselves here. And once you have that foundation, adding nutrition changes becomes easier because you've already proven you can show up. Closing, a prescription you can actually follow. If I were writing you a health prescription that has a high chance of success, it would look like this. For the next 7 days, walk 15 minutes a day. Pick a fixed time. Keep it easy. Focus on consistency, not speed. Then after 7 days, keep the habit and add a few brisk minutes when you feel ready. Because 15 minutes a day isn't about being perfect. It's about becoming consistent enough that your body starts responding. If you want a single sentence to remember from this video, it's this. Walking 15 minutes a day is small enough to be doable and powerful enough to change your physiology when you repeat it. Start today. Not because it's dramatic, because it's reliable. And reliable habits are what build long-term health.